This video will review 10 questions regarding airspace you may see on the private pilot written exam. The first question is: the FAA regulations have established specific cruising altitudes for VFR flights at more than 3,000 feet above the surface. According to Chapter 3 of the Aeronautical Information Manual, a pilot flying under VFR must maintain odd 1,000-foot altitudes MSL plus 500 feet when flying on a magnetic course between 0 and 179 degrees. The magnetic course is also known as the ground track. The correct answer to question 1 is C. On to question 2. Under what condition may an aircraft operate from a satellite airport within Class C airspace? According to CFR 91.130, a pilot operating from a satellite airport without an operating control tower must establish and maintain radio communications with the ATC facility, have jurisdiction over the Class C airspace as soon as possible after takeoff. The correct answer to question 2 is B. What designated airspace associated with an airport becomes inactive when the control tower at that airport is not in operation? According to the Aeronautical Information Manual Section 3-2-5, where a Class D surface area is part-time, the airspace may revert to either a Class E surface area or Class G airspace. Therefore, the correct answer is A. Identify the airspace over Sprague Airport. Since there are no magenta bands surrounding the Sprague Airport, we know that the Sprague Airport is in Class G airspace. Class G airspace extends from the surface up to but not including 1,200 feet AGL. Class E airspace extends from 1,200 feet above ground level up to but not including 18,000 feet MSL, above mean sea level. Notice Cooperstown Airport in the right-hand side of the chart. Class G airspace would extend from the surface up to but not including 700 feet AGL at the Cooperstown Airport. Class E airspace would start at 700 feet AGL since the Cooperstown Airport is inside the magenta circle. Find the town of Commerce. The floor of the Class E airspace over it is. Since the Commerce Airport is inside the shaded circle, the floor of the Class E airspace starts at 700 feet above ground level. The correct answer is B, 700 feet AGL. What type military flight operations should a pilot expect along IR 644 as illustrated in the chart? According to Chapter 15 of the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, military training routes are usually established below 10,000 feet MSL for operations in excess of 250 knots. Military training routes that are conducted at altitudes above 1,500 feet MSL are identified by a 3-digit number, and routes below 1,500 feet are identified by a 4-digit number. Military training routes operated under VFR will have the code VR, and routes under IFR will have the 2-letter identifier IR. Since the question is asking what the code IR 644 means, we know that this would identify a military training route under instrument flight rules at an altitude above 1,500 feet MSL and at speeds greater than 250 knots. The correct answer is A. TRSA service in the Terminal Radar Program provides. According to Section 3-5-6 in the Aeronautical Information Manual, pilots operating under VFR are encouraged to contact the Radar Approach Control and avail themselves of the TRSA services. However, participation is voluntary on the part of the pilot. The correct answer is B, sequencing and separation for participating VFR aircraft. Refer to the figure to the left. In order to avoid the Livermore Airport, what minimum altitude could you use to fly over it? Since the Livermore Airport is surrounded by a dashed blue circle, we know it is a Class D airport. Notice the number 29 in the dashed box. This means the ceiling of the Class D airport surrounding Livermore Airport is 2,900 feet above mean sea level. Just add 2 zeros to the number in the dashed blue box to find the ceiling for Class D airports. The correct answer to this question is 2,901 feet MSL, since that would be the minimum altitude to fly over the Livermore Airport without entering the Class D airport. Remember, pilots need to get clearance and establish two-way radio communication before entering Class D airspace. Under what condition, if any, may pilots fly through a restricted area? See Chapter 15 of the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge and Chapter 3 of the Aeronautical Information Manual for more information regarding restricted areas. Pilots should not enter restricted areas unless they have the controlling agency's authorization. Entering restricted areas without prior authorization can be extremely hazardous to aircraft. The last question asks: the floor of Class B airspace overlying Hicks Airport northwest of Fort Worth Meacham Field is. Notice the numbers 110 and 40 in the blue box in the chart. This indicates the floors and ceilings of the Class B airspace. Since the question is asking what the floor of the Class B airspace is to the area northwest of Fort Worth Meacham Field is, we'll draw a red outline in the chart to illustrate the Class B airspace. The correct answer to this question is 4,000 feet MSL, since that is the floor of the Class Bravo airspace in the area to the northwest of Fort Worth Meacham Field. Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video and subscribe for more aviation-related educational videos and flight training topics.